Welcome to Golden Flame Star. What makes a star truly immortal? Sometimes it isn't just the voice. It's the hair, the wardrobe, and the unmistakable aura. Think of Diana Ross's dazzling glamour, Cher's fearless reinvention, or Michael Jackson's iconic glove. Today, we're counting down music royalty whose signature style became a blueprint for culture worldwide. Which artist look impressed you most? Share your favorite icons with us. Elton John defined flamboyant elegance. Oversized glasses, sequins, and showmanship turned into fashion. He made stage style feel joyful and fearless, inspiring fans to copy his bold frames and colorful suits. Even when trends changed, he stayed unmistakably Elton. Now 78, he remains a living symbol of playful glamour. Joni Mitchell embodied bohemian elegance, natural hair, flowing layers, and an artist's eye for color that felt quietly fearless. Her style matched her songwriting, intimate, original, and impossible to fake, inspiring generations to dress like creativity itself. Now 82, she remains the blueprint for soulful, lived-in chic. Diana Ross turned glamour into a stage language. Big hair, sparkle, and sleek gowns that moved like music. From the Supremes to her solo superstardom, her look inspired generations of singers to embrace drama, volume, and diva confidence. She made beauty feel powerful, not delicate. Now 81, Ross remains a living symbol of show-stopping style. Stevie Nicks created mystical bohemian elegance, flowing shawls, lace, moonlit makeup, and wild blonde waves. With Fleetwood Mac and her solo era, she inspired generations to dress like modern witches with romantic softness. Her look felt like a song you could wear. Now 77, she's still the queen of ethereal chic. Cher defined fearless fashion, jet black hair, bold silhouettes, and boundary-breaking looks that turned red carpets into theater. From the 60s to MTV-era reinvention, she made signature style mean never standing still. Her hair and outfits were copied because they felt like freedom. Now 79, Cher still sets the standard for daring glamour. Madonna turned pop stardom into a fashion revolution. Lace gloves, crucifixes, cone bras, and constantly changing hair. She made reinvention her trademark, inspiring fans to copy her looks decade after decade. Whether punk, glam, or polished, she always controlled the image. Now 67, she remains a style provocateur and pop icon. Dolly Parton made Southern glamour iconic. Big blonde hair, sparkling outfits, and unapologetic femininity. Her signature look was instantly recognizable, inspiring fans to copy her teased volume and rhinestone confidence. Behind the style was warmth, humor, and real musical power. Now 79, she remains country music's fashion legend. Cyndi Lauper turned pop fashion into fearless fun, bright hair colors, layered jewelry, and playful, mismatched glam. Her look gave people permission to be loud, different, and joyful, and fans copied her colors like a badge of freedom. Now 72, she's still iconic for style with personality. Bob Dylan defined poetic cool, dark sunglasses, tousled curls, and a lean, restless silhouette that made mystery fashionable. From Greenwich Village folk to electric reinventions, his look taught fans that style can feel like a statement without trying too hard. Now 84, his image still reads as pure American icon. Smokey Robinson defined Motown elegance, sharp suits, smooth hair, and a polished charm that looked effortless. He made romance sound stylish and made style feel romantic, inspiring fans to copy that clean, gentlemanly image. Now 85, he remains one of music's most graceful icons. Carole King embodied natural, lived-in elegance, warm smiles, simple hair, and a relatable singer-songwriter glow. Her style was never about spectacle. It was about authenticity, which made generations copy her effortless, comfort-first chic. Now 83, she's still beloved as the face of classic, soulful grace. Stevie Wonder's soulful elegance was sharp yet effortless, defined by iconic shades and polished suits. He brought a warm, graceful stage presence that felt alive even before the music began. Now 75, he remains a true icon of timeless class, blending smooth charm with a legendary style that never feels stiff. Patti LaBelle made diva elegance theatrical, bold shoulders, big hair, and costumes that turned stages into runways. Her style was celebratory, powerful, and joyful, inspiring fans to copy the volume and sparkle with total confidence. Now 81, she still represents pure show-stopping glamour. Michael Jackson turned pop fashion into global symbols: single glove, military jackets, loafers, and white socks, and that instantly copied curl. Every era had a new signature, and fans worldwide dressed like him at concerts, parties, and talent shows. His look was as choreographed as his music. He died at 50. The image remains unforgettable. Prince defined sexy elegance with a fearless twist: ruffles, lace, heels, and purple everything, worn with total confidence. He blurred gender rules and made individuality look luxurious, inspiring artists to dress like art itself. His style wasn't trend, it was identity, as precise as his guitar. He died at 57. His fashion legacy still dazzles. Aretha Franklin defined regal elegance: fur coats, bold gowns, and a voice that made everything look grand. She wore glamour like a crown, inspiring generations to embrace diva confidence without apology. Her style felt rich, powerful, and deeply American, just like her music. She died at 76. The Queen's image remains unforgettable. Whitney Houston embodied polished pop elegance: bright smile, glossy hair, and gowns that shimmered without trying too hard. From the Bodyguard era to her biggest tours, she made Star look clean, romantic, and aspirational. Her look was copied for proms, weddings, and stage nights everywhere. She died at 48. Her beauty remains iconic. Donna Summer brought disco elegance: shimmering gowns, glossy waves, and midnight satin glamour that made nightlife look luxurious. She inspired women to copy her sparkle and big, radiant hair because she looked like the sound of a dance floor. She died at 63, but the Queen of Disco image still shines. Johnny Cash defined dark, minimal elegance, black suits, clean lines, and a stare that did the talking. His Man in Black look became a uniform for rebels with taste, copied for its simple, stern timelessness. He died at 71, yet his silhouette still feels instantly recognizable and endlessly cool. Bruce Springsteen made blue-collar style iconic. Denim, leather, and rolled-up sleeves embodying honest American grit. In the Andapos, 70s and Andapos, 80s, fans copied his uniform as a symbol of strength and heart. Now 76, he remains a symbol of rugged, timeless cool, proving enduring style is about attitude as much as attire. Debbie Harry defined downtown cool, platinum blonde hair, sharp eyeliner, and effortless punk glam attitude. With Blondie, she made edgy street style look chic enough for magazines, inspiring fans to bleach, tease, and own their individuality. Her look was never pretty first, it was iconic first. Now 80, she's still the blueprint of cool. Paul Simon defined quiet, intellectual cool, clean tailoring, soft sweaters, and an understated artist's elegance. His look matched his songwriting, precise, thoughtful, and never flashy, inspiring fans to embrace simplicity with confidence. Now 84, he remains a timeless symbol of refined musical class. Frank Sinatra defined gentleman elegance, perfect suits, fedora confidence, and a voice that matched the tailoring. He made classic menswear look like a lifestyle, clean lines, sharp collars, and effortless swagger on and off stage. Every crooner after him borrowed something from that image. He died at 82. His style stays timeless. David Bowie turned reinvention into high fashion, sharp tailoring one year, alien glam the next. From Ziggy Stardust lightning bolt makeup to sleek 80s suits, he made style a performance art that fans copied fearlessly. His hair, colors, and silhouettes shaped pop culture's idea of cool. He died at 69. His influence still feels futuristic. Elvis Presley defined rock and roll style, pompadour hair, sharp sideburns, and stage suits that turned music into spectacle. From leather to jumpsuits, his look was copied by countless fans, barbershops, and performers chasing that swagger. He made charisma wearable. He died at 42. His silhouette remains instantly iconic. Paul McCartney defines British pop elegance, boyish charm that matured into polished, understated class. From Beatles-era suits to later casual refinement, his style stayed friendly and iconic, inspiring fans to copy that clean, melodic look. He made simplicity feel warm, not plain. Now 83, he remains a cultural legend. Tina Turner made stage glamour electric, spiky hair, mini dresses, and legs that became their own legend. Her look matched her energy, fearless, fierce, and impossible to ignore. Women copied her wild volume and rock queen sparkle because it looked like freedom. She died at 83. Her style still roars. Mick Jagger defines rock star elegance, skinny silhouettes, bold patterns, and electric stage swagger. From the 60s to stadium eras, his look taught generations that fashion can move like music, sharp, restless, unforgettable. He aged without losing the strut, still dressing like a headline. Now 82, he remains the face of rock chic. Janet Jackson defined sleek 80s to 90s cool, structured silhouettes, crisp choreography-ready looks, and signature power hair. From military-inspired outfits to minimalist stage glam, she made Control look stylish and modern, inspiring endless copycats. Now 59, she remains the standard for polished pop elegance. Pat Benatar, the powerhouse behind Love is a Battlefield and Hit Me With Your Best Shot. She became an anthem of female strength. Now 72, she still performs alongside her husband, Neil Giraldo, her voice as fierce and commanding as it was at her peak. Annie Haslam, the ethereal singer of Renaissance, renowned for her 5-octave range and celestial performances of Northern Lights. At 78, she remains immersed in art and music, her angelic presence and soaring voice continuing to uplift audiences everywhere. And Wilson, the powerful voice of heart, defined 1970s rock with hits like Barracuda and Alone. Now 75, she still performs with fierce energy, touring and recording new music. Her soulful voice remains as commanding as ever, a living icon of female rock resilience. Nancy Wilson, the soulful guitarist of Heart, she captivated audiences with Crazy on You and Magic Man. At 71, she continues to perform and release new music, blending classic rock fire with fresh creativity, keeping Heart's legacy vibrantly alive. Chrissie Hynde, the defiant leader of the Pretenders, she turned songs like Brass and Pocket and Back on the Chain Gang into rock essentials. At 74, she's still recording and touring, her smoky voice and unwavering attitude standing as proof that authenticity never goes out of style. Bonnie Raitt, a blues rock icon whose soulful slide guitar and heartfelt hits like Something to Talk About defined authenticity. At 76, she's still touring and recording, celebrated for her rich voice, quiet activism, and graceful endurance in an ever-changing music scene. Tina Weymouth, the rhythmic backbone of Talking Heads and Tom Tom Club, she helped reshape new wave with Genius of Love and her unmistakable bass lines. Now 74, she remains a subtle yet powerful influence, her groove and creativity echoing through modern music. Lita Ford, the fiery guitarist who blazed her path from the Runaways to solo fame with Kiss Me Deadly. Now 67, she still rocks the stage with fierce riffs and unshakable energy, her bold spirit proving that true metal queens never lose their fire. Joan Jett, a trailblazer for women in rock, she roared into fame with I Love Rock, Enroll, and Never Looked Back. At 67, she continues to tour and produce, her raw energy and rebellious heart proving that true rock and roll has no expiration date. Melissa Etheridge, with her raspy voice and deeply personal songs like Come to My Window, she became a beacon of emotional honesty and resilience. At 64, she continues to write, perform, and speak out for love, truth, and freedom, still one of rock's most authentic voices. Siouxsie Sioux, the Gothic trailblazer who redefined post-punk through Siouxsie and the Banshees with hits like Hong Kong Garden. Now 68, she continues to enchant with her dark charisma and avant-garde artistry, forever a muse for creative rebels everywhere. Sheryl Crow, the 90s hitmaker behind All I Wanna Do and If It Makes You Happy, she mastered the art of blending pop, rock, and country soul. Now 63, she remains active and outspoken, admired for her creativity, confidence, and enduring optimism both on and off stage. Kim Gordon, the pioneering co-founder of Sonic Youth, who turned noise and art into empowerment. At 72, she continues to release daring solo work and create visual art, her fearless innovation and cool defiance still defining the edge of alternative rock. Alannah Myles, the smoky-voiced Canadian singer who mesmerized listeners with her timeless hit Black Velvet. Now 66, she remains devoted to her craft, recording on her own terms, her soulful tone and quiet confidence still captivating fans worldwide. Suzi Quatro, the fearless bassist and singer who shattered gender barriers in the 1970s with fiery hits like Can the Can. Now 75, she continues to perform around the world, her electric stage presence and leather-clad charisma, proving she's still the ultimate queen of rock rebellion. Kim Deal, the understated genius behind the Pixies and the Breeders, she shaped alternative rock with Cannonball and beyond. At 64, she quietly continues to create, her minimalist style and melodic instinct proving that subtlety can be just as powerful as noise. Belinda Carlisle, the radiant voice of the Go-Go's who became a global sensation with Heaven is a Place on Earth. Now 67, she tours the world with warmth and joy, her sparkling vocals and timeless charm keeping the spirit of the 80s alive. Grace Slick, the fierce, visionary frontwoman of Jefferson Airplane, who gave rock its psychedelic anthems White Rabbit and Somebody to Love. Now 86, she's retired from the stage but thrives as a painter, her rebellious creativity still echoing through generations of artists. Robert Plant, the golden voice of Led Zeppelin, he turned blues and mysticism into pure rock poetry. With songs like Stairway to Heaven and Whole Lotta Love, he became a symbol of power and sensuality. At 77, Plant still performs with soulful grace, keeping the spirit of classic rock alive. Freddie Mercury, the flamboyant and fearless frontman of Queen, his unmatched vocals and theatrical genius redefined rock performance. He died in 1991 at 45 from AIDS-related complications, yet his energy and artistry remain immortal. Freddie's legacy continues to inspire courage, creativity, and the freedom to be unapologetically oneself. John Lennon, the soulful voice and visionary mind behind the Beatles. He shaped a generation with songs of love and peace like Imagine and All You Need Is Love. He was 40 when he was tragically shot and killed in 1980 outside his New York home by Mark David Chapman, a Disturbed fan. His legacy of hope, peace, and artistic courage still echoes through time. Jim Morrison, the enigmatic frontman of The Doors, he embodied rebellion, poetry, and mystique. Known for his hypnotic stage presence and raw lyrics, he died in 1971 at 27, reportedly from heart failure in Paris. His spirit remains a haunting symbol of freedom and artistic madness. Janis Joplin, the soul of psychedelic rock, she turned pain into power with her raspy, emotional voice. Hits like Piece of My Heart made her a legend. She died in 1970 at 27 from a heroin overdose, leaving behind a legacy of raw, fearless expression. Jimi Hendrix is one of the most influential electric guitarists in the history of popular music and one of the most renowned musicians of the 20th century. His fiery performances and songs like Purple Haze and Hey Joe redefined sound itself. He died in 1970 at 27 from asphyxiation after a drug overdose, yet his influence still burns bright today. Roger Daltrey, the commanding voice of The Who. He gave anthems like My Generation their explosive energy. At 81, he still performs with power and precision, his voice carrying the same defiance that once defined Britain's rock revolution. Rod Stewart, with his raspy voice and magnetic charm, he blended rock, soul, and pop like no other. From Maggie Made It Do You Think I'm Sexy, his hits span generations. At 80, he still tours the world, proving that charisma and rock and roll never grow old. Grace Slick, the trailblazing singer of Jefferson Airplane, she brought fierce intelligence and psychedelic vision to rock. With songs like White Rabbit and Somebody to Love, she captured the spirit of the 1960s. Now 86, she lives privately but remains an icon of artistic freedom. Eric Burdon, the gritty, soulful voice of the Animals, he gave raw emotion to classics like House of the Rising Sun. At 84, he continues to embody the working-class roots of British blues rock, a survivor of the sound that changed the world. Steve Winwood, a prodigy turned legend, he led Traffic and Blind Faith before launching a stellar solo career. With his soulful voice and hits like Higher Love, he became a bridge between rock, soul, and blues. At 77, he remains a master musician and performer. Peter Frampton, the charismatic singer-guitarist who defined 1970s arena rock with Frampton Comes Alive. At 75, he continues to perform despite health struggles, his melodic voice and talkbox solos still captivating generations of fans. Steve Miller, frontman of the Steve Miller Band, he brought melody, wit, and joy to rock classics like The Joker and Fly Like an Eagle. At 82, he still tours, celebrating a career built on timeless hooks and feel-good rock spirit. Roger Taylor, the dynamic drummer and occasional vocalist of Queen, known for his high harmonies and fiery energy. At 76, he still performs with Queen plus Adam Lambert, keeping the band's iconic sound alive for new generations. David Coverdale, the golden-voiced frontman of Deep Purple and Whitesnake, he blended bluesy power with seductive rock energy. At 74, he remains a symbol of classic hard rock, his songs like Here I Go Again echoing across generations of fans. Ace Frehley, the original lead guitarist and occasional singer of Kiss, he brought swagger, energy, and pyrotechnic flair to one of rock's biggest stages. Though he passed away on October 16, 2025, at the age of 74, his wild riffs and signature makeup forever etched in rock history. John Waite, known for his soaring vocals and emotional delivery, he found fame with the Babies and his solo hit Missing You. At 73, he remains a respected voice in rock, blending passion and vulnerability in every performance. David Essex, the British rock star and actor who rose to fame with Rock On in the 1970s. At 78, he continues to perform and charm audiences with his smooth voice and nostalgic stage charisma, a lasting icon of Britain's pop rock era. Donald "Don" Felder, the legendary guitarist and songwriter of the Eagles, co-writer of Hotel California. Though not the band's main vocalist, his musicianship shaped the sound of an era. At 78, he remains an admired figure in classic rock. Gary Brooker, the soulful voice and pianist of Procol Harum, immortalized by A Whiter Shade of Pale. He passed away in 2022 at age 76, after a battle with cancer, remembered for his elegance, emotion, and timeless contribution to classic rock. Gary Wright, the singer and keyboardist behind the dreamy hit Dreamweaver, blending rock with early synthesizer magic. He passed away in 2023 at age 80, after battling Parkinson's and Lewy body dementia, leaving behind a legacy of spiritual and melodic rock. Ozzy Osbourne, the wild, magnetic frontman of Black Sabbath, he transformed heavy metal with dark power and raw emotion. He passed away on July 22, 2025, at age 76, after years of health struggles. Forever the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy's fearless spirit and haunting voice continue to define the soul of rock rebellion. Thanks for watching Golden Flame Star. As we wrap up, remember, true style isn't just what you wear, it's the spirit you carry. These music legends didn't follow trends. They created signatures that fans copied because they felt real, bold, and unforgettable. If one look instantly took you back, Dylan's shades, Janet's sharp stage glam, Cash in Black, tell us in the comments. Which artist defined iconic style for your generation?